Right everyone, it is Finn here and welcome to my early FIFA Club World Cup predictions. As I said, these predictions are early as the tournament will only be taking place in June next year.
But I want it now!
But as you guys have been asking for my predictions, and as I'm so excited for this tournament, you might as well call me KDB because I thought I would deliver them now. But of course, before we get into my predictions, let me know what team you'll be supporting in this tournament. It's very rare that we have a competition that brings so many top teams from all around the world, so let me know where you're from and what team you'll be supporting. But as I'm so excited for this competition, let's jump straight into our predictions with Group A, a group that really has something for everybody. It's got Palmeiras from Brazil, Porto from Portugal, LA from Egypt, and Inter Miami from the good old USA.
Sure, you don't know where I'm from, dog.
Now, of course, a lot of controversy around Inter Miami not even winning the MLS. Many people saying that they're hosting the competition just so that Messi can play there, which at the end of the day, it is just to grab the bag for FIFA. And to be fair, if there's anyone who's good at grabbing the bag, it is FIFA. I mean, they almost put Santa out of a job this Christmas because of how good they can grab the bag. But jokes aside, you can't deny that it is a great marketing strategy. Getting one of the most famous footballers in the world, especially a top name in American soccer at the moment, or American football at the moment, you know what, you have to give them credit. It is a good marketing idea, especially with the storyline of Inter Miami over the last few years, the kind of top names they brought in. I don't even know why we call them Inter Miami. They might as well be called Barcelona 2010s era at the moment because of how many legends they brought in, although that's not as catchy of a name, I guess. But at the end of the day, the storyline of this team, they've got so many legends, although they are an aging squad, I'm sure they could still deliver at some sort of top level. But at the end of the day, in terms of winning this group, it should still be Porto, obviously competing at a very top level at the moment in Europe, playing in Europe's top competitions. If you guys don't know how the way the competition works, is mainly much like other tournaments, the top two of every group automatically qualifies for the next stage, while the bottom two are eliminated. And at the end of the day, I do think Porto will win this group. I do think that the likes of LA will challenge, but Inter Miami will get second, LA in third.
Lord, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!
And Palmeiras in fourth. I don't think we can quite underestimate the likes of LA, obviously from Egypt, the most successful team in Africa. We've seen what they've done in the African Champions League. Obviously, I'm a Sundowns fan in this tournament, obviously being from South Africa, and I can kind of recognize and respect what LA have done in African football over the last few years, or the last few decades even. I don't think we can underestimate them, but I do think Porto and Inter Miami are the strong favourites. Now, jumping into Group B, what an absolutely monstrous group this is, and I'm so sorry, Seattle Sounders, you might have to play another sport after a competition like this because it is not an easy group.
I'm in danger!
Obviously, jokes aside, I have a lot of respect for Seattle Sounders, and I actually do think you could surprise here. But at the end of the day, Botafogo kind of chasing a double at the moment. They could surprise here. Atletico Madrid and PSG, two top European teams. It won't be easy. I think Seattle Sounders maybe could cause a surprise here. But at the end of the day, I have to put them dead last year because of how difficult I think it will be. I think Botafogo will get third place in terms of winning the group. I'm going for Atletico Madrid here. As we know, PSG have potential to bottle it here and there. That's why they still don't have a Champions League.
Yeah, I prefer to kill him.
Although they obviously have a lot of top players still, they have lost a lot of talent over the last few years. We'll have to see whether they can deliver at that time. But Atletico Madrid is that kind of team that has their moments here and there, that has the ability to be special. Whether they still have Diego Simeone as their manager at the time, we'll have to see. They have been talking about replacements over the last year or two, as we know, a very special manager. But I do think at the end of the day, Atletico Madrid will just take it, although it could go either way, followed by PSG, Botafogo, and Seattle Sounders. Now, talking about very dominant groups of death, jumping into Group C, we've got Bayern Munich, Auckland City, Boca Juniors, and Benfica. What an absolutely monstrous group this is, and I'm so sorry, Auckland, but I don't think it's a surprise that I'm going to put you dead last here.
I want to hurt myself, yeah.
I think Bayern Munich are absolutely going to crush this group. I think second place could go to either Benfica or Auckland. We'll have to, Benfica or Auckland, not quite. Boca Juniors or Benfica, we'll have to wait and see. I do think it will just be Benfica in second place because of their quality and because of how competitive Portuguese football is at the moment. Although Boca Juniors could surprise here. Once again, it is going to be a monstrously difficult group, and there are so many different ways it could go. But the only thing I'm certain about is Auckland ending dead last.
Well, this is going to hurt like a mother.
Now, jumping into Group D, we've got Flamengo, Sportive Tunis, Chelsea, and Club Lyon. Now, once again, I'd be surprised if Chelsea didn't win this group. I mean, when you've got about 250 million players within your squad, you have to be able to put at least something half decent together.
Why is everyone black?
Obviously, they are currently now second place in the Premier League at the moment. They've definitely found some form. Whether they can kind of continue that trajectory by the time the tournament rolls around. But you know what, at the end of the day, there are no excuses. They should win this group. In terms of second place, once again, this actually could go to absolutely anybody. I think Tunis, once again, many people underestimate them. Same goes with Lyon. I am actually going to go for Tunis in third place, with the likes of Lyon in fourth place, because I do think Flamengo, with the talent they've got, should get second. As we know, Brazilian football can be super, super special, and I think they'll deliver here.
Now everybody's ganging up against me. For what? What the fuck did I do?
Now, jumping into Group E, we've got River Plate, Urawa Reds, or Urawa, once again, I'm sorry about pronunciations in this video, who haven't been performing at the moment in Japan. They are not doing well. We've got Menteri and Inter. Once again, international kind of group with so many kind of continental teams.
It's worldwide.
But I do think Inter will end up winning this group. It should come as no surprise. They've absolutely really done well in Italian football over the last 5 years or so. They've got so much talent within their squad. They should win this group. I am going for River Plate in second. I still think they've got a really top squad at the moment. As you know, they are a very brutal kind of resilient team that kind of takes what they want. I do think that the likes of Monterrey will end up being third, and I'm sorry, Reds, I do think you'll end up being dead last unless you can kind of find some form. Jumping into Group F, finally a South African at the Club World Cup, we've got Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, I am expecting big things from the South African team. Obviously, most players in the Bafana South African national team are from Mamelodi Sundowns. They've got Makawena in the midfield, who is an absolutely brilliant midfielder who deserves so much credit. They've got the likes of Bronwyn Williams in their group, who was nominated for the Yashin Award, who I do believe ended up going above the likes of Kobal, the Dortmund's goalkeeper. So once again, maybe there will be some sort of rivalry there.
Hate is because they're anus.
I do think South African football can do us proud here with Mamelodi Sundowns, but I do think Dortmund will end up winning this group. I would be lying to myself if I didn't say that Dortmund are the favourites here. They've still got a top squad. Maybe once again they haven't been performing great over the last year or two in the Bundesliga.
I prefer really not to speak.
But they should end up winning this group. I am going to put my Mamelodi Sundowns in second place. I'm going to put the likes of... I'm going to go for the likes of Ulsan in third, with Fluminense in fourth. I know they are a top squad, but they are not doing well in Brazil at the moment, and they are really failing on a really bad level at the moment. It is not going great. Now, jumping into our second last group, we've got Man City, Wydad, which is what I said after the divorce.
Okay.
We've got Al Ain and we've got Juventus. Now, obviously, look at the likes of Al Ain. I don't think we can underestimate them. They've been a top team in Asian football, especially the Asian Champions League over the last few years. But I do think it will go Man City, Juventus, Al Ain, and then Wydad. Once again, it is a very tricky group. I think a lot of people underestimate a lot of the teams in this group. But once again, I'm hoping for a surprise here and there. Obviously, this is a global competition. I am hoping for a few surprises, and especially from Africa. I would love it if Wydad did something special here. But of course, jumping into our last group of the FIFA Club World Cup, we've got Real Madrid, Al Ahly, Pachuca, and RB Salzburg.
I can't imagine a more beautiful thing.
Now, obviously, look at Real Madrid. To many, they would be the favorites here. And you know what? Obviously I'm going to go for them. They've got so much talent. I'd be really surprised if they didn't do something here. Obviously, the competition between them and Al Ahly will be really interesting to watch. Whether Neymar is still in the squad at that time, maybe he could face his former rivals.
Shut up and take my money.
With Real Madrid, I'm really hoping for an interesting matchup there. But I do think Real Madrid should win this group. I think Al Ahly will get second. RB Salzburg haven't been great lately, but I will put them in third, with Pachuca from Mexico in fourth place. Once again, this is club football. Absolutely anything can happen, especially when it means so much on such a global competition where you aren't just representing your club, you're kind of representing your country, your continent. It could be a very, very special one. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, let me know down below what team you'll be supporting, what your predictions are for this tournament. And obviously, I mean, if you just want to give the group prediction for the team you support, that is also fine. But guys, I hope that you enjoyed. Please do like, please do subscribe, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Finn, FYNN, cheers.